President Ashraf Ghani, Chief Executive Abdullah Abdullah. Albania President Ilia Meta, Prime Minister Edi Rama. Algeria Acting President Abdelkader Ben Salah, Prime Minister Noureddin Badawi. Andorra Episcopal Co-Prince Joan Enric V Sicilia. Co-Prince's Representative Joseph Maria Mori. French Co-Prince Emmanuel Macron. Co-Prince's Representative Patrick Soda, Head of Government Xavier Espot Zamora. Angola President Joao Lourenço. Antigua and Barbados, Governor General Rodney Williams, Prime Minister Gaston Brownie. Argentina President Mauricio Macri. President-elect Alberto Fernandez. Armenia President Armen Sarkisian and Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan. Australia Queen Governor General David Hurley, Prime Minister Scott Morrison. Austria President Alexander Van der Bellen, Federal Chancellor Brigitte Bierlein. Federal Chancellor designate Sebastian Kurz. Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev, Prime Minister Ali Assadov. Bahamas, the Queen Governor General Sir Cornelius A. Smith, Prime Minister Hubert Minnis. Bahrain King Sheikh Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, Prime Minister Prince Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa. Bangladesh President Abdul Hamid, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Barbados Queen Governor General Dame Sandra Mason, Prime Minister Mia Mottley. Belarus President Alexander Lukashenko, Prime Minister Sergei Rumors. Belgium King Philippe, Prime Minister Sophie Wilms. Belize Queen Governor General Sir Colville Young, Prime Minister Dean Barrow. Benin President Patrice Talon. Bhutan King Jigme Hisanamch Yelwangchuk, Prime Minister Lodate Sharing. Bolivia Interim President Jane Ananias. Bosnia and Herzegovina High Representative Valentin Inzko. Presidency Chairman of the Council of Ministers Denis Zvizdik. Chairman Designate of the Council of Ministers Saran Tijor. Zeljko Komšić as Chairman, Mireille Dodike as Member, Shifite Zafarovic as Member. Botswana President Mokgweetsi Masisi. Brazil President Jair Bolsonaro. Brunei Sultan and Prime Minister Hassan al-Bolkiah. Bulgaria President Roman Radev, Prime Minister Boyko Borisov. Burkina Faso President Roch Marc Christian Kabore, Prime Minister Christophe Joseph Marie de Vere. Burundi President Pierre Nkurunziza. Cambodia King Norodom Sihamoni, Prime Minister Hun Sen. Cameroon President Paul Biya, Prime Minister Joseph Gut. Canada Queen Governor General Julie Payette, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Cape Verde President Jorge Carlos Fonseca, Prime Minister Ulysses Correa Silva. Central African Republic President Faustin Archange Touadera, Prime Minister Fimin Gray Badr. Chad President Idris Deby, Chile President Sebastian Piñera. China General Secretary of the Communist Party 11 Jinping. President 11 Jinping, Premier of the State Council Li Keqiang. Colombia President Ivan Duque. Comoros President Azalea Soumani. Congo, Democratic Republic of the President Felix Tshisekedi, Prime Minister Sylvestre Ilunga. Congo, Republic of the President Denis Sassou Nguesso, Prime Minister Clement Wamba. Costa Rica President Carlos Alvarado Sada. Croatia President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarovic, Prime Minister Andrea Plenković. Cuba First Secretary of the Communist Party Raul Castro. President of the Republic and President of the Council of Ministers Miguel Diaz-Canel. Cyprus President Nikos Anastasiades. Czech Republic President Miloš Zeman, Prime Minister Andrea Babiš. Denmark Queen Margrethe II, Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen. Djibouti President Ismail Omar Guelleh, Prime Minister Abdelkader Kamil Mohammed. Dominica President Charles Savarine, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Dominican Republic President Danilo Medina. East Timor President Francisco Guterres, Prime Minister Dormat Enrique. Ecuador President Lenin Moreno. Egypt President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli. El Salvador President Nayib Bukele. Equatorial Guinea President Teodoro Obiang Nguema Sonko, Prime Minister Francisco Pascual Obama Ishu. Eritrea President Isaias Afwerki. Estonia President Kusti Koldulate Prime Minister Jüri Ratas. Eswatini King Mswati III Prime Minister Ambrose Manviadlamini. Ethiopia President Sahle-Work Zewde Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Fiji President Giorgi Conrad Prime Minister Frank Bainimarama. Finland President Sauli Niinisto Prime Minister Antti Rinne. France President Emmanuel Macron Prime Minister Edouard Philippe. Gabon President Ali Bongo Ondimba Prime Minister Julien Gbagbo. Gambia, the President Adama Barrow. Georgia President Salome Zeribishvili Prime Minister Georgi Gakaria. Germany President Frank-Walter Steinmeier Federal Chancellor Angela Merkel. Ghana President Nana Akufo-Addo. Greece President Prokopios Pavlopoulos Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Grenada Queen Governor-General Dame Cecile La Grenade Prime Minister Keith Mitchell. Guatemala President Jimmy Morales. President-elect Alejandro Giammattei. Guinea President Alpha Condé, Prime Minister Ibrahim Kasri Fofana. Guinea-Bissau Acting President Jose Mario Vaz Prime Minister Aristides Gomez. Guyana President David A. Granger, Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu. Haiti President Jovenel Moise Prime Minister Fritz William Michael. Honduras President Juan Orlando Hernandez. Hungary President Jan Ozada Prime Minister Viktor Orban. Iceland President Mth. Johannesson Prime Minister Katrine Jacobs-Dottir. India President Ram Nath Kovind Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Indonesia President Joko Widodo. Iran Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei President Hassan Rouhani. Iraq President Hemsali Prime Minister Adil Abdul-Mahdi. Ireland President Michael D. Higgins Taoiseach Radka. Israel President Reuven Rivlin Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Italy President Sergio Mattarella President of the Council of Ministers Giuseppe Conte. Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara Prime Minister Amadou Gon Coulibaly. Jamaica Queen Governor-General Sir Patrick Allen Prime Minister Andrew Harness. Japan Emperor Naruhito Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Jordan King Abdullah II Prime Minister Omar Azaz. Kazakhstan Chairman of the Security Council Nursultan Nazarbayev. President Kasim-Jomart Tokayev Prime Minister Asghar Mamin. Kenya President Uhuru Kenyatta. Kiribati President Tamet Imam. North Korea Chairman of the Workers' Party of Korea Kim Jong-un. Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un. Chairman of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly Cho Rong-hee, Premier of the Cabinet Kim Ji-rong. South Korea President Moon Jae-in, Prime Minister Lee Na-keon. Kuwait Emir Sheikh Sabah Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah Prime Minister Sheikh Sabah Al-Khalid Al-Sabah. Last General Secretary of the Communist Party Bauhang Varachev. President Bauhang Varachev Prime Minister Thonglan Sisaulith. Latvia President Egils Levits Prime Minister Krišjānis Kariņš. Lebanon President Michael Aoun President of the Council of Ministers Saad Hariri. Lesotho King Letsie III Prime Minister Tom Thabane. Liberia President George Weah. Libya Chairman of the Presidential Council and Prime Minister Fayez al-Sarraj. Liechtenstein Prince Regnant Hans Adam II Head of Government Adrian Hazler. Regent Hereditary Prince Alois. Lithuania President Gitanas Nausėda Prime Minister Saulius Skvernelis. Luxembourg Grand Duke Henri Prime Minister Xavier Bettel. Madagascar President Andry Rajoelina Prime Minister Christian Tse. Malawi President Peter Mutharika. Malaysia Yang Dipertunago Abdullah Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad. Maldives President Ibrahim Mohammed Solih. Mali President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita Prime Minister Berbu Sais. Malta President George Vella Prime Minister Joseph Muscat. Marshall Islands President Hilda Hein. Mauritania President Mohamed Ould Ghazouani Prime Minister Ismail Ould Bed Ould Sheikh Saja. Mauritius President Prithviraj Singh Rupan, Prime Minister Pravind Jugnauth. Mexico President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. Federated States of Micronesia President David W. Pañuelo. Moldova President Richard Dodon, Prime Minister Ian Shikha. Monaco Sovereign Prince Albert II, Minister of State Serge Tel. Mongolia President Kaltmyr Batulga, Prime Minister Yuk Nayajayan Kurulsuk. Montenegro President Milo Đukanović, Prime Minister Duško Marković. Morocco King Mohammed VI, Head of Government Saadetdin Othmani. Mozambique President Filipe Nyusi, Prime Minister Carlos Agostinho do Rosario. Myanmar President Win Myint, State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi. Namibia President Hage Geingob, Prime Minister Sarika Gongalwa. Nauru President Lionel Njamia. Nepal President Bidharajigai Bandari, Prime Minister Khadga Prezadoli. Netherlands King Willem Alexander, Prime Minister Mark Rutte. New Zealand Governor-General Dame Patsy, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. Nicaragua President Daniel Ortega. Niger President Mahamadou Issoufou, Prime Minister Biriji Rafini. Nigeria President Muhammadu Buhari. North Macedonia President Stevo Penderovsky, President of the Government Zoran Zaev. Norway King Harald V, Prime Minister Erna Solberg. Oman Sultanate Prime Minister Qaboos bin Said Al Said. Pakistan President Arif Alvi, Prime Minister Imran Khan. Palau President Thomas Raymond Jessau Jr. Palestine President Mahmoud Abbas, Prime Minister Muhammad Shtayyeh. Panama President Latino Cortizo. Papua New Guinea Governor-General Sir Bob Daddy, Prime Minister James Marip. Paraguay President Mario Abdo Benitez. Peru President Martin Vizcarra, Prime Minister Vicente Zeballos. Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte. Poland President Andrzej Duda, Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki. Portugal President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, Prime Minister Antonio Costa. Qatar Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Prime Minister Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser bin Khalifa Al Thani. Romania President Klaus Iohannis, Prime Minister Ludovic Orban. Russia President Vladimir Putin, Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev. Rwanda President Paul Kagame, Prime Minister Eduard Ngirente. St. Kitts and Nevis Governor-General Sir Tapley Seaton, Prime Minister Timothy Harris. St. Lucia Queen, Governor-General Sir Neville Cenac, Prime Minister Alan Chastanet. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Governor-General Susan Dugan, Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves. Samoa Luaola Malovralito Osualovitu, Prime Minister Tuilepiano Sali Mali Legua. San Marino Captain Regent Luca Boschi. Captain Regent Mariella Mularoni. Sao Tome and Principe President Evaristo Carvalho, Prime Minister George Bomjesus. Saudi Arabia King Salman, Prime Minister Salman. First Deputy Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman. Senegal President Macky Sall. Serbia President Alexander Vučić, Prime Minister Ana Brnabić. Seychelles President Danny Faure. Sierra Leone President Julius Maada Bio, Chief Minister David J. Francis. Singapore President Halimah Yacob, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. Slovakia President Zsuzana Kaputova, Prime Minister Peter Pellegrini. Slovenia President Borut Pahor, Prime Minister Marjane Sharek. Solomon Islands Queen Governor-General Sir David Vanijay, Prime Minister Manasseh Sogava. Somalia President Mohammed Abdullahi Mohammed, Prime Minister Hassan Ali Khair. South Africa President Cyril Ramaphosa. South Sudan President Salva Kiir Mayardit. Spain King Felipe VI, President of the government Pedro Sanchez. Sri Lanka President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. Sudan Leader of the Sovereignty Council Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok. Suriname President Desai Bouterse. Sweden King Carl XVI Gustaf, Prime Minister Stefan Löfven. Switzerland Federal Council. Uli Maurer as President. Simonetta Sommaruga as Vice President, Alain Berset as Member, Guy Palmline as Member, Ignacio Cassis as Member, Karine Keller-Sutter as Member, Viola Amhud as Member. Syria President Bashar al-Assad, Prime Minister Ahmed Karais. Tajikistan President Emomali Rahman, Prime Minister Kokere Soda. Tanzania President John Magufuli, Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa. Thailand King Mahathir Jalongkorn, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha. Togo President Fauna Singbe, Prime Minister Kamisalem Klasu. Tonga King Tupa VI, Prime Minister Pahivotu Ironitoa. Trinidad and Tobago President Paula Mawikis, Prime Minister Keith Rowley. Tunisia President Kais Saied, Prime Minister Youssef Chad. Head of Government Designate Abid Gemli. Turkey President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Turkmenistan President Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedow. Tuvalu Queen Governor General Surya Kobateli, Prime Minister Porcio Natano. Uganda President Yoweri Museveni, Prime Minister Ruhakana Uganda. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky, Prime Minister Oleksiy Cheruk. United Arab Emirates President Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris Johnson. United States President Donald Trump. Uruguay President Tabaré Vázquez. President-elect Luis Lakhlipa. Uzbekistan President Shavkat Mirziyoyev, Prime Minister Abdullah Aripov. Vanuatu President Taulis Abdoumosis, Prime Minister Charlotte Solway. Vatican City Sovereign Pope Francis, President of the Governorate Cardinal Giuseppe Bertolo. Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro. Vietnam General Secretary of the Communist Party Nguyen Phu Trong. President Nguyen Phu Trong, Prime Minister Nguyen Xuan Phuc. Yemen President Abdurabu Mansur Hadi, Prime Minister Min Abdul Malik Said. Zambia President Edgar Lungu. Zimbabwe President Emmerson Mnangagwa. Other states. State also claimed by Head of State, Head of Government. Abkhazia Georgia President Raul Kajimba, Prime Minister Valerie Gamba. Cook Islands New Zealand. Queen's Representative Tom Masters, Prime Minister Henry Puna. Kosovo Serbia President Hashim Thaçi, Prime Minister Ramush Haradinaj. Prime Minister Designate Albin Kurti. Near New Zealand. Governor General Dame Patsy Reedy, Premier Sir Dr. Lajai. Northern Cyprus President Mustafa Ginzai, Prime Minister assigned to Ta. Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic Morocco General Secretary of the Polisario Front Brahim Ali. President Brahim Ali, Prime Minister Mohammad Wali Cake. South Ossetia Georgia President Anatoly Bibalov, Prime Minister Eric Pugachev. Taiwan China President Tsai Ing-wen, President of the Executive Juan-Su Tseng-Chang. The following states control their territory, but are not recognized by any UN member states. State also claimed by Head of State, Head of Government. Artsakh Azerbaijan President Beko Saikan. Somaliland Somalia President Muse Payabdi. Transnistria Moldova President Vadim Krasnozelsky, Prime Minister Alexander Martynov. Other governments. These alternative governments are recognized as legitimate by at least one UN member. Government State, Head of Government. House of Representatives Libya President of the House of Representatives Aguilar Salaiso, Prime Minister Abdallah Al-Thani. National Assembly Venezuela President of the National Assembly Juan Guaido. Supreme Political Council Yemen President of the Supreme Political Council Mahdi al-Mashat, Prime Minister Abdulaziz bin Habtour. Syrian Opposition Syrian Interim Government Syria President Anas al-Abda, Prime Minister Abdurrahman Mustafa. Other entities. Entity Head of State, Head of Government. European Union President of the European Council Charles Michel, President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen. Sovereign Military Order of Malta Prince and Grand Master Giacomo della Torre del Tempio di Sanguinetto, Grand Chancellor Albrecht Freiherr von Boisselager. I lift up in prayer all states. Cabinet members of the United States of America, Congress, House of Representatives, and all 50 states and outlying regions. Guam, and other island territories, chains, privatized land masses, dominions and principalities, for all corruption to cease and desist. Before the Lord of Heaven's armies shakes his fist at those he laughs in derision at who try to test him still repent or burn. All inhabitants of earth, all souls culminated, seeds are sifted, and the Lord of the harvest tends to his garden and creations like we've never cease. Stepping down closer to intervene and get intimately involved with the end of the ages and lift long phases of flashes, growth patterns and etymological perusals that either nurtured the spirit, edified the body, or left the vessel desolate and void and laid to waste. Choose ye this day whom ye will serve. The God of this world forfeiting your crown in heaven, or the God of all worlds whose kingdom is not even of this world. Amen. May you be encoded for a long life in 2020, and counted in the books of Heaven's Ark Room.